Fireflies is a two-player spatial cooperative game where you and your partner are watching the fireflies on a beautiful summer night, trying to spot pictures as they blink in and out in the dusky sky. If together you can find all the pictures before the fireflies go to sleep, you win. Gameplay takes place on a board of the night sky with 9 firefly tokens that each have a lit and unlit side, and a night deck of night icons that will set a limit on the possible number of turns and cause some fireflies on the board to blink off in an unknown progression. Each player has a secret deck of polyomino-esque shapes or pictures they hope to see in the fireflies tonight. The number on the shape card is public information and reveals the number of lit fireflies that must be present to complete that shape. Players take turns moving and lighting fireflies to get closer to their shapes. Player shape cards often require conflicting formations, which can result in players getting in one another's way if they're not thoughtful about their positioning and timing. The night deck adds another constraint, with an entire column of fireflies blinking back into darkness after each player's turn. It's a peaceful summer night, so don't talk too much. Talking about the shapes in your deck is not allowed. Instead, players can only communicate about their shapes through blinks, just like fireflies. Players take turns as the active player. At the start of each turn, the active player may choose a firefly to point to, and their partner may blink at them in response. Players can get as creative as they want with the method of blinking, but saying blink is just fine too. 1 blink means that the firefly wants to glow. 2 blinks means the firefly wants to move, and 3 blinks means danger, stay away. The partner may also choose not to blink at all. Each player has the ability to add a directional arrow to a 2-blink communication that they may use only once per game. After pointing at a firefly and receiving any blinks, the active player gets to take any 2 actions to light and move fireflies. Lighting a firefly means to flip it from the unlit side to the lighted side. Moving a firefly means to move it 1 space in any direction, or 2 spaces if it can move in a straight line directly towards a lit firefly. After taking any 2 of the actions, both the active player and their partner check the board to see if either of their shapes have been found this turn. Shape cards can be rotated in any direction, so check multiple orientations. If a player thinks their shape has been found, they check it with the view square. The view square must be able to fit entirely on the board, and the positioning of all the lit fireflies in the view square must match the player's shape card exactly. Unlit fireflies do not get in the way of completing a shape card. Once a shape is found, it can be set to the side, and that player may now look at the next shape in their deck. Finally, night deepens. Any fireflies in board columns that match the night symbol on the top card of the night deck blink out. The night deck will progress by 1 card, bringing players closer to the end of the night. Now, the other player becomes the active player, and play continues. In this board state, the active player is only 2 moves away from completing their shape card. Do you see how? Remember, a player can take any combination of the actions, light and light, or light and move, and the shape card can be rotated. Pause the video here if you want to see if you can spot it. The player lights 1 firefly and moves 1 firefly. With the shape card in this orientation, the view square fits and the shape is complete. Here's a more complicated example requiring 5 lit fireflies. Can this be completed in 1 turn? Pause the video here if you want to try to solve it. It can be done. The player can move 1 firefly 2 spaces toward a lit firefly and then light it. This way, the shape is found. The game ends when players either finish all of the shape cards in both decks and win, or if the night deck runs out and lose. If players won, they achieve a glow score based on the number of cards remaining in the night deck when they finish and earning a bonus for any unused arrows. Fireflies uses levels with variable scenario setups where each level is a week of spring or summer. The easiest levels start in April, and the hardest levels take place during peak firefly season in June. Each week's scenario specifies the number and complexity of the shape cards players must complete, the arrangement of the night columns on the board, the composition of the night deck, and the starting firefly formations, keeping the game feeling fresh while also providing scaling difficulty to maximize accessibility for a range of skill levels. Find your perfect level of complexity and push to get the highest glow score possible, or find a fellow completionist and see if you can make it through every week of firefly season. Are you ready to glow? So that was one of yours. What's your other one? Hey, I'm Sarah Oleminik, and I'm the designer of Fireflies. I love two-player co-ops and I love spatial puzzles, but I don't have a game that works on both of those levels for me at once, and I think Fireflies does that. It's a really interesting combination of simple decisions. The Fireflies either move or they light up, but those simple decisions come together in really interesting ways. And playtesters have confirmed that there really isn't any quarterbacking. There's no captaining. They have to work together in order to be able to make those shapes. And I find that element of forced teamwork with limited communication and information in the spatial puzzle just so satisfying. I also love the peaceful visual aesthetic of a night sky scattered with fireflies. Growing up, I spent a lot of time outside at night watching the fireflies blink in and out, so there's a strong element of nostalgia and kind of this peaceful atmosphere that I want to inspire in players when they play. So part of the gameplay actually has a lot of tension. Is what my partner gonna do about to mess me up, or which night card is gonna be flipped, and is that gonna change what we're setting up over our next couple turns? But the game, I think, balances that tension really well with the peaceful visual and this kind of cozy atmosphere that it's inviting players into. So I think that balance works really well to sort of keep players hooked and wanting more and have a really sort of satisfying flow within that tension during the gameplay. Fireflies is quick to learn and play, so two players taking their time can finish a game in about 20 minutes. So that's plenty of time to do several attempts or several levels over the course of just an hour. I've seen playtesters really enjoy this game. I think the puzzle of communicating with one another and working together is really fun. It's accessible to a wide range of skill levels, and the table presence and the simple decisions I think can really draw people in. So I think it would be a really fun addition to the Boston FIG 2026 showcase, and I really hope that I get to share it with you this fall. Thanks so much for watching.